Hi friends, welcome to another math video. All right, you know I love things all math because it's counting, it's adding, it's subtracting, it's using a part of our brain that sometimes is a little bit trickier to use. And that's why we have to practice things over and over and over. So first things first, we got to get our brains going, get fired up, thinking about all things math. We're going to do that by counting on our number line. Let me share my screen. We are going to count from 0 to 20. So we're going to count up the number line by ones. Then we're going to count from 20 to 0, down the number line by ones. So up the number line to practice our adding, down the number line to practice our subtracting. Then we're going to practice counting by 2s, 5s, and 10s. All right, are you ready? Go ahead and count along with me at home. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I get louder the higher we go. I don't know why. I just get so excited. All right, now we're going to count from 20 to 0. So we're counting down the number line. This is going to help us with our subtracting. Are you ready? Starting at 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Good. Okay, now we're going to count by 2s. We're just going to count from 0 to 20 by 2s because going all the way to 50 can be a lot. And I think if we can go from 0 to 20, that is really helping us practice that pattern. Ready? Starting at 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. All right, now we're going to count by 5s from 0 to 50. Are you ready? Starting at 0, jump into 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. All right, last thing, we're going to count by 10. I can't get all 10 of my fingers on the screen. 10. From 0 to 100 by 10s. Count along with me. Starting at 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. I like to sing when we count. Hopefully you're singing with me at home too because it's so much fun. All right, hopefully our brains are nice and warmed up and ready to rock and roll. Here is what we need today. We need our home connection book. So it says Bridges, Home Connections. You're going to need some color pencils or crayons or markers, whatever you choose, but we're going to need some colors. And I would say get your counting blocks out just in case you need them to help. So go ahead and hit pause, grab coloring pencils, markers, or crayons, counting blocks, and make sure you are in your home connections book. We are still working in the wrong book some days. We need to pay attention. Home connections. Hit pause, grab all the things, and come on back. All right. We're going to open up our home connections book to page 89. Self-situated here. So we are on page 89. Everybody a moment to turn there. When we get to page 89, don't forget you need to put your name at the top. And today's date, because we've all watched Number Corner, we know it is 3-1-21. All right, If you need more time to find page 89 or to write your name, just hit pause. I'm going to keep moving forward. For number 1, there are 4 different sets of counting blocks. Let me see if I can zoom in just a smidge so I know you can see what I'm seeing. The instructions say write an equation to match each cube train. So the example was 6 plus 3. Well, where did those numbers come from? Well, do you notice how some of the blocks are colored in and some aren't? Well, let's count how many are colored in. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so this 6 represents the colored blocks. So where does this 3 come from? Well, let's count the blocks that are not colored. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. That's where it comes from. So we have 6 blocks that are colored and 3 blocks that are not. Then, after writing our 6 plus 3, and of course it's a plus because we're taking the 6 and we're adding them or putting them together with the 3, let's add them together. So if your brain does not automatically say 6 plus 3, use your counting blocks. So we're going to say 6, 7, 8, 9. And that's how we came up with a total of 9. Here's what you're going to do. You then are going to write an equation for the next 3, A, B, and C. You're going to write the first number for whichever blocks are colored plus whichever blocks are not colored equals what? So go ahead and hit pause and write down the 3 equations for the counting blocks that are colored or not colored for you. All right, if you're back with me, that tells me you have all 3 equations written out. So now we're going to move on to section 2. Here, I want you to color in the train to match the equation. They're calling this the train of the blocks, okay? So this time, they're giving you the equation, and you have to color it in. So they gave you the example of 3 plus 6. So they had 3 dark and 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lighter. So 3 plus 6 equals 9. What you're going to do is you are then going to go look at every one of the equations and you're going to color in the blocks that match the equation. So this is 3 plus 3 plus 3. So you're going to give me, there's our first 3 in blue, well, or whatever color. Your second 3 is going to be in another color. And finally, your third 3 will be in a different color. I want 3 different colors to show that you are understanding exactly how we make this equation. So we have 3, whoops, I'm throwing things, plus 3, and finally plus 3. Okay? Well, you can see those 3 different colors. So you're going to show me that you can color in these equations. B and C, you're going to do on your own. So we have 7 plus 2 equals 9, and 4 plus 5 equals 9. Show me how many to color in of each number in the equation using a different color. Hit pause, work on B and C, and come back when you're ready. All right, if you're back with me, that tells me you have A, B, and C all colored in and you're ready to rock and roll. Next, we're going to talk about section 3. Section 3, if you notice, it's all about 9 minus something. So we're subtracting from 9 today. That's why I had you take out your counting blocks. So what I recommend is if you're still having a hard time doing this math in your head, if you're still having a hard time knowing what 9 minus 0 is, or 9 minus 3, or any of these numbers, use your counting blocks. Let's count out 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I'm going to stop there. I'm going to take away that extra one. So we're going to start with our 9. Think about 9 minus 0. So I have my 9. minus 0. I'm not taking any away, so what's my answer? 9. I heard you all shouting from home. We're just going to do a couple of these together because I know subtraction is still really tricky for everybody. And I want everybody to hear me. Give me your listening ears. I'm going to make my face big so you know I'm serious. Subtraction is hard. Adding numbers together, putting them together for some reason for most of our brains is just a little bit easier. When we are subtracting, when we're taking numbers away, our brains have to work a little bit differently and it's trickier, and that's why we keep practicing, okay? So if you are still having trouble with subtraction, it's okay. That's why we keep practicing. That's why I teach you how to use tools. That's why we use our number lines, all the things, okay? I want you to know you're amazing, and if subtraction is still hard for you, it's okay. Just keep practicing with me. Don't give up, and ask questions if you're stuck, okay? All right. Now that you know how serious I am and that I think you're all amazing, let me go back, make my face small again. Let's come back. So then we have our 9 again. 9 minus 3. So if your brain does not automatically tell you what 9 minus 3 is, what we're going to do is we're going to start with our 9, and minus 3 means we're taking it away. So 1, 2, 3. Let's take away that 3. So if we had 9 and we took away 3, how many do we have left? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what is 9 minus 3? 6. Okay, let's do one more. So if I start with my 9, here's my 9, minus 9, so I start with my 9, I take all 9 away. How many do I have left? I start with 9, I take all 9 away. How many do you see? 0, right? So anytime you have a number and you subtract that entire number, our answer is going to be 0. Because you had 9 cookies, you ate 9 cookies, you now have 0 cookies left. Don't eat 9 cookies, that'll hurt your tummy. Okay? Okay, what I want you to do is I want you to hit pause, work on all of the subtraction equations in section 3, and come back when you're ready. All right, if you're back with me, that tells me you are done with section 3. Now, section 4. This is where it gets a little trickier, where we add in the missing number. So if you notice, every single equation equals 9. Easy peasy, right? We have our 9 blocks ready to go. Our first equation says 4 plus what equals 9? Here's how we can use our blocks if our brains don't automatically give us that answer. So if we have 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's our 4 that we're starting with. We know this is 9 total because we already counted. If you're not sure, double check, make sure you have 9. But if you have your 4, plus something equals 9. So 4 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 equals 9. Okay? So use your blocks. Next one. What plus 6 equals 9? So here's our 9, right? We know we have 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many more do we have to add to our 6 to equal 9? So here's our 9. We have our 6 here. How many do we have to add to it? 3. Awesome. Okay. I want you to answer the next two on your own to show me that you are understanding how to add that missing number. All right, if you're back with me, that tells me you are all done with section 4. Now, let's turn the page. So now we're going to be on page 90. 90. Okay? These are some math story problems. We have to keep practicing these because we are still having a little bit of a hard time with these. So, follow along. I'm going to read the math story, and then we're going to talk about how we can solve this and break it down. It says, there are 12 fish in the tank. We have a fish tank. There are 12 fish in there. 5 of the fish are blue. The rest of the fish are red. How many of the fish in the tank are red? Show your work. So here's what I want you to do. First off, you can draw fish, you can make it whatever. I just like simple shapes. So I know I have 12 total. I'm going to draw 12 circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have my 12. You draw your 12 circles, squares, fish, whatever you want to draw, but you need to draw out the pictures to show your work. Then I'm going to go through and I'm going to color my 5 fish that are blue. It says there are 12 total. 5 of the fish are blue. So let's color in 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's my 5 blue fish. Then it says the rest of the fish are red. How many of the fish in the tank are red? Show your work. Okay, so I have 5 blue fish. Let's color the rest and let's see how many are red. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So I had 5 blue fish, which they told us about. And then he said the rest of the fish are red. So how many did we color red again? Let's count one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I have 5 blue, 7 red, and that equals how many? Well, it told us there were 12 fish in the tank total. So 5 plus 7 equals 12. So here's our work. Now it says blank of the fish in the tank are red. How many did we decide were red? You got it. There were 7 red fish. We're just doing this together because word problems are hard and we need to keep practicing together. So just make sure, hit pause, take your time, make sure that you've written everything down with me so you know exactly how to pull out that important information. All right, if you're all done with 5, 6 is really hard and we're not going to work on it today. It's kind of one of those math problems that challenges us, but it's not necessary that we really work on it. So I want you to put an X through 6. I want you to send me a picture of both page 89 when you're done and show me that you wrote down the steps on page 90 of problem number 5. All right, friends, and that's it for math today. I know that was a little bit longer than usual, but we had to use our math brains today. If you have any questions, always let me know. Otherwise, I will see your adorable faces later. Bye, friends.